everyone, it's your girl Layla. Welcome back to my channel.
No matter what they try, I'll stay by your side. It's you and
I. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about, of course, this beauty right here by Paris Corner Khair Confection. So I'm going to be comparing this to, of course, the Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. So let's get right into the video. If you guys are not already subscribed, please go ahead, click that subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. So let's get into this one. I did an unboxing of this one not too long ago, actually. I also did a short unboxing it as well. And I just want to say, let's talk about the box really quick before we get into the video. The box is so beautiful. I just love the packaging of this one. They did such a good job on this Paris Corner fragrance, down to, like I said, down to the packaging and all that. It's very like Lattafa vibes for sure. Like it does have this, you know, holographic logo and all that, Paris Corner's logo on the top. It looks like a lot of Lattafa fragrances that I have and a lot of Arabian fragrances that I own. I did pick this up on perfumeonline.ca if you guys are interested in checking them out. I will leave that linked down below. I'm not, you know, affiliated with them or anything like that. It's just where I choose to buy my Arabic perfumes because, as you guys know or may not know, I was scammed before on Amazon and I got a fake Yara. So ever since then, I only buy from websites that I fully trust. This is the bottle. The bottle is so beautiful, and as you guys can see, I have been using this. I've been testing this out for quite a while before I decided to film a review and give you guys my true opinion and unbiased thoughts and all that on this perfume. The packaging is so incredibly beautiful. I really like it. I know that people talk about the cap and how light it is. I don't mind it. I think it's really cute and it really goes well with the bottle itself. So this packaging almost reminds me of like one of those popsicles, you know, those rocket popsicles with the blue, red, and white, or like a Slurpee. If you're going to the store and like making yourself a Slurpee and you kind of like layer the colors properly, you get like the blue raspberry at the bottom and like maybe like cream soda or like limeade in the middle. That's what this looks like. It is so incredibly beautiful. That's all I will say about the packaging. I give it a 10 out of 10 for sure. So I'm gonna go into the notes. So the top notes in here are pear and whipped cream. Middle notes are cashmere, jasmine, liang liang, and base notes are vanilla, marshmallow, and sandalwood. Okay, a couple things about this fragrance. I'm just gonna spray it on myself because I am obsessed. Like I wear this all the time. I wear this to work, I wear this to the gym, I wear this like incredibly often for like how many perfumes I have. I've been pulling this out a lot very recently. And as you guys know, it's definitely full on winter. Like it's January. It doesn't feel like winter some days. Like today it's -4 outside, which might seem like kind of cold to you guys, but I don't find it cold at all. I think it's like very mild outside for being the middle of winter. So this has been a good fragrance for this time of year, and I would honestly wear this well into summer. Like I would wear this winter, spring, summer. I don't know if this is really a fall fragrance for me because I like deeper fragrances in the fall. But as far as season wise, you could definitely rock this all year. This could be a really nice, you know, signature scent for you if that's what you're looking for. This is honestly everything that I wanted the Kayali version to be. When I bought the Kayali version, I did not know the Paris Corner one existed. Well, I don't think it existed right away. You know, I think that this was like released probably a few months later, but I didn't know anything about Paris Corner back then when I bought this one. I didn't know about Lattafa. I didn't know about the whole world of Arabian fragrances back then, but I fell in love with this one when I first sprayed it in the store. And let me just say, this fragrance right here is the better version of this one. This one is absolutely everything that I wanted this one to be and more. And this just, I have my thoughts on this one. I'll tell you guys what they are at the end of this video. I want to kind of still review this as a standalone fragrance and not really like compare it to something, but obviously I have to kind of mention this one because this is like basically the inspiration for this fragrance. So I will talk about this later on in the video, but I am not a fan of it anymore, and this is a better version of it. So this is such a beautiful fragrance. This is such a compliment getter fragrance. This is such a yummy fragrance. So like I said, its inspiration was Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar by Kayali, so that should tell you what this is. This is a gourmand, candied, sweet, creamy, delicious dessert type fragrance. Like I mentioned, like I've been wearing this everywhere. I've been wearing this to work, I've been wearing this to go out, I've been wearing this to the gym, and it's not a fragrance that's very offensive at all. This is just a crowd pleasing scent. This is not something where your coworker's gonna smell you and be like, oh, your perfume is way too strong or anything like that. This is just a really nice crowd pleasing scent. So this one, I would say, lasts pretty moderate on me as far as fragrances go. This is not at all a beast mode fragrance. This lasts between 5 to 7 hours. So it's definitely very moderate. This is not gonna last me my whole work day. By the end of my work day, this turns more of like a skin scent. This does perform really well at the gym though. Like I spray it before I go work out and I still can smell it on me, you know, when I come home afterwards. And it's, like I said, it's a very non-offensive scent. This is not something that's headache inducing at all. This is not something that is gonna make me sneeze as soon as I put it on. This is just a very, very beautiful fragrance. What I'm gonna say about this one is the projection on this is pretty moderate. I've worn some fragrances to work before where people can smell me from further away, so the sillage is a bit more on things like, for example, Eclair by Lattafa and Teriyaki by Lattafa. Those two are like very heavy hitter, like you can smell them for a while, but this one is more like, I would say, more closer to you type fragrance. If you're gonna hug someone and they're wearing this, it smells really beautiful. And like I said, this is not a very offensive scent at all. It's not at all an offensive scent. And yeah, like its projection is pretty, you know, moderate. Moderate overall with the projection and the sillage, lasting power, all of that. I would just classify this as pretty average, you know, nothing too crazy or anything like that. This is very much giving Kayali vibes as far as like all of that goes. I find that Kayali fragrances are generally pretty, you know, they last about the moderate range. I don't have one that's super beast mode except for one that I love and that I will be reviewing in the near future. But overall, generally with the Kayali fragrances that I have tried, this performs very, very similar to those ones. Let's talk about the scent. Even though like I sprayed it a while ago and it's kind of dried down a bit. The pear and the whipped cream, upon first spray, that is what you smell. So it's a very like candied type smell. It's almost like a pear dessert sweet candy, like a pear candy, but then like with whipped cream at the same time. Like I do smell both of those things on initial spray and it's quite lovely. I kind of low-key want more pear fragrances after this one because I just think it works really well with the other notes in here. So it's very candy-like. So the middle notes in here are florals, but honestly they kind of disappear. They kind of disappear. I get more so the cashmere. It gives you this really nice warmth and depth to the fragrance. But as far as jasmine, liang liang, I feel like jasmine is such a strong white floral. I had to look at the notes again and I'm like, was it jasmine? It was jasmine. So jasmine is usually a strong white floral that you can really pick up in scents. Like it definitely projects on me when I'm wearing a jasmine perfume. I can 100% almost always smell the jasmine in that perfume. But this one, I don't smell it at all. I don't smell the jasmine at all. I don't get really floral with this fragrance at all. I always just get more sweet, candy, dessert-like. I don't get any of those florals, so I don't know where the jasmine in this fragrance is. Or the liang liang. I think I get that more than the jasmine. I but it's very light. Like it's a very slight, if anything. The base notes in here are vanilla, marshmallow, and sandalwood. So I get all of those three things in this fragrance, more so the marshmallow, which is different because I feel like vanilla, again, is one of those fragrances that kind of overpower certain notes, like marshmallow. If you put vanilla and marshmallow together, normally you would smell the vanilla before you smell the marshmallow, but this one is definitely giving marshmallow vibes for sure over the vanilla. But it's still there. The vanilla's still there. Sandalwood, yes, I get that really nice depth to this fragrance that in Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, I feel like that's done with patchouli in this fragrance. Okay, so now comparing the two. Comparing these two fragrances here. So why did I only get this small size if I was so obsessed with this fragrance when I first smelled it? They were actually sold out. The Sephora that I went to when this first launched, it was sold out of the big bottle, and I ended up getting this size because I really wanted it at the time. And you guys, I have used, you know, quite a bit of it. I've used it more than a few times. And then I got this last winter, right? And then I put it away for the summertime because I was like, this is definitely like a wintertime fragrance. I'm not gonna wear this all summer. So I put it away. The juice started to get deeper, which is fine. Like, this is the color of what it is on the Sephora website. If you look at the small version, the bigger version, like the bottle is slightly more pink to make it look more pink, but this is definitely like not at all pink. There's definitely vanilla in here to make the juice look like this, but I was so happy when I discovered this one that I didn't end up getting this in full size because I would have hated it. And I think the full size bottle of this one is 200 or 187 or something like that. It's crazy. The small size right here, the trial size, I think is around $36 to $40, which is pretty reasonable for Kayali stuff. But this, oh my gosh, you guys, this is like the better version of this one. This one is everything that I wanted this one to be. This one is a fraction of the cost. This one was like, I think $40. This was $40. Look at this. This is 100 ml and this is, I think, 30. No, this is 10. This is 10 ml. Why did I think it was 30 ml? This is 10 ml. Okay, let's talk briefly about Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. Okay, and why I'm not a fan anymore. So when I first sprayed this, I feel like this smelled a lot like this. What made me buy it instantly is because it was everything that I wanted it to be. It was this. It was sweet, it was candy-like. You could definitely picture in your mind when you sprayed this, those rock sugar candies and vanilla mixed together. That's what I definitely pictured when I first sprayed this. And I definitely got these vibes, right? And when I pulled this out, after having this for a few months, and like I said, I put it away for the summer, when I pulled this out again, the main note in here, don't get me wrong, this one does smell very similar to this, but what projects on my skin these days with this one is the patchouli. And I like that in certain fragrances. I like patchouli in La Vie Belle. I like patchouli in Flower Bomb. I like patchouli in small doses in certain fragrances to add depth. I also don't mind it in Black Opium by YSL. I like the patchouli note in there. It just gives off a different vibe. It gives a more deeper, almost like a dirtier version to your skin. I don't know if that makes sense to you. You guys that love or hate patchouli know what I'm talking about. In certain fragrances, it kind of gives off that dirty scent versus like this one that doesn't have patchouli. It feels more clean, more sweeter, more edible. Anything with patchouli will project on my skin. Patchouli is one of those just notes that stick to my skin, and that's all I feel like I can smell with this one now. This is not, I mean, this is still a gourmand. This is still a sweet gourmand for me, but the patchouli note is a little bit too much for me at this point. That's not what I wanted this one to be. I wanted this one to be like a clean gourmand, something that I could wear in the spring in the summer. I cannot do that with this, but I can do that with this. So I'm gonna go over the notes of this one really quick. This one is vanilla, pear, marshmallow, rum, violet leaves, and liang liang on top. Middle notes of bubblegum, jelly bean, caramel, jasmine, and labdanum. I don't know what that is. I think it looks like some kind of flower or something. And then base notes of sugar, patchouli, tonka, cashmere wood, sandalwood, and vetiver. So you are kind of getting similar vibes. You're getting like the sweetness at the top, in the mid, and then in the dry down, it's more deeper and it's gonna give the fragrance some sort of depth. I'm not gonna spray this on myself because, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. Like I used to be when I first got it. I will still use it, of course, because I bought it. I'll still use it. I'll probably take this with me to Jasper actually when I go there next month, because it's a nice like traveling perfume. See, when I spray it on something, when I spray it on like cardboard, I don't smell the patchouli as much. But then again, I haven't given it time to dry down. But this smells 100% exactly like this one when just sprayed on the cardboard. Yeah, and I get those like bubblegum vibes in here too. I know that's not one of the notes in here, but I still get that like bubblegumminess in both of these fragrances. And I know that this one has that bubblegum note. I think it's just on me. I think it's just on my skin itself. Like when this dries down, it leans very much more patchouli. But when I spray it on like a cardboard or on a piece of paper or something like that, they smell like almost identical. So out of the two, which one do I prefer? This one, 100%. I love the Paris Corner one. Definitely check this one out. If you are not a fan of this one, if that patchouli note really just bothers you and you don't like it, then definitely go for this one. It's missing that patchouli note, and it's like, I feel like a more refined version of the Kayali. I don't know, it's so crazy. I didn't expect to like this one more. You guys will see my other reviews for Khair Pistachio and Khair Fusion very soon, and I'll compare them to their Kayali counterparts as well, and those also very much surprised me. That is my review slash comparison on the Paris Corner Khair Confection and the Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. So that is all for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more fragrance content, I definitely do have a lot of perfume videos and shorts and stuff for my perfume content, so definitely go ahead and check that out, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.
I let you